And so it begins. So this is where my layout's going to be. I guess I should back up. So this is where I come in. It's a storage room. So I've got enough height being short that I don't have to duck under any of this. And started moving some boxes. The layout's basically going to use up this room. I do sort of an around the room. Go Gunners. I got to go all the way around to here. So I got to tidy up all this stuff. But the idea is the layout's going to be about 50 inches off the floor. So there's going to be shelving kind of right in along here. And I'm going to move all this stuff down and put it all in so I can still use under the layout for storage. How I'm going to go about building it is yesterday I spent some time building some of these. So this is a 2-foot by 4-foot module. So this is 1/4 inch MDF, 1x3s all the way around for framing. It's nice and smooth, easy to work with. So I've already built half a dozen of these, and I'm going to start using it in modular sections so that I can sort of figure out the best way to use the space. Because when I started measuring, for example, this wall here is just a little bit over 4 feet long, so a 4-foot module will fit right in there. And then this wall's about 7.5 feet, so I can put another 4-foot module in, will get me to about 6 feet, and then I can figure something out for the corners. But then this wall again, 4.5 feet long or so, so I can put another module there, and then probably fit another module here. I'm gonna cut this roughed in central vac unit pipe off, and then the wall all the way along there is about 9 feet. So I get a couple modules in there, and I got about 8 feet across, another couple modules, and then probably one module out here, because I'm going to I'm thinking of doing a double, well, I guess a bent dog bone. So you can envision a loop there, and going back, 2 lines going back across the wall, back along here. This 9-foot long wall, I'm going to have a big yard, probably. And then when I hit this sort of indentation space here, I think I'm going to split it into a big loop there. So I might have a duck under here, or a lift out. And then I have this wall here, which is about 6 feet long, which again, I can have the come out about 2 feet and put another big yard in there. So what I could feasibly, possibly, use more adjectives, hopefully do, is have a big loop here with a big yard in the middle and another loop, and then have another big yard over here. So I can potentially have 2 people doing yard switching and then mainline running. So I'll pick it up once we get a module in. So after a day of work, I've got some modules in place here. Let me turn the light on. So apologies for the mess, but we're still moving everything around to make the space. But I was speaking about those modules. So for example, here's one here. This is sort of, I'm probably going to be a yard, or the beginning of one. And then I've put the framing in here so I can put MDF, triangular MDF piece to fill it in. That module all the way along the back there. And then the gap across there, I'll obviously move all this stuff out of the way, but the gap across there is going to be not 2 feet deep, but maybe 18 inches deep. And I think I'm going to have a bridge or something in the back there. But this is the idea. So the module, there's another one there, and then we've built one into here, and it bends, does the sort of dog leg around the side of the room, and we got another 8 feet of module going there. And the reason I went this way was I made them just about 49 inches off the ground. That way I could fit my shelving underneath, and it gives me lots and lots of storage. I don't lose the storage. So all these tubs you can see stacked up in a mess over here, eventually are all going to be stacked neatly underneath these modules when they're complete. So you can see I'm not really using the space well right now. And I've got more of these shelves I can put together too to just kind of keep everything up off the ground. So the idea is I'm going to be building 3 or 4 more modules so that they're going to continue across here. So there's going to be another module there, another module here, module coming back towards us here, and then there's going to be another bridge sort of on an angle across here to give me my loop back. So if you can imagine there's a trestle or a duck under here, I'm going to be able to do a loop like this along here and then all the way back around and loop back. So it's going to be pretty big. All told, well, this section here is 9.5 feet, and then if I add that 4 and that, so we're looking at, this is maybe 16 feet end to end with the dogleg in it, and then I'm about 7.5, 8 feet across there, all the way around to here. I'm getting a lot of space out of this room. Again, the height's not that great in here. There's about 7 feet of headroom, and being 5'5", nothing, it's perfect for me. I can get around no problem. So this is where we are after a day of building. So building these same modules, just with the 1x3 frame, and then screwing it right, as you can see, just screwing it right into the studs and putting a couple legs on the end. I've reinforced some of the legs with cross pieces, tied it in with another piece of board there, just so that if you inadvertently kicked a leg, it wouldn't go anywhere. So that's where we are. It's worked really well. I'm really, really happy with how it's coming along. So this is sort of the first update. Got to do some cleaning and finish some top pieces and such this week, and hopefully get some more modules knocked out in the next week or two. I've already picked up the blue foam to go on top, so I won't be laying track right on this. I probably will initially, just as a template to get an idea of where I want the track to go, but I've already started buying the foam, and the nice thing is I can buy it in the 2 foot by 8 foot sheets. So for example, in this section right here, from right there all the way down to there, that'd just be one solid sheet of foam. So it's gonna be very easy to do the foam work here, because I'm working with standard measurements. So I have a 2 foot wide thing, and again, I can easily reach across to the outside and pick a car up without bumping anything. So I think it's going to work well. It also keeps 3-year-old hands off of it, so they won't be able to grab onto it too early. So it's come along really well, and should have a follow-up video when I've got some more work done.